Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gamer Grudge.
Quarantine made me a bad person.
Oh yeah, that's gonna fly in court right there. Like, go rob a liquor store. Quarantine made me do it.
Somebody's gonna do it. You know somebody's gonna use that
absolutely.
excuse.
Look, I should Mac the Philip DeFranco thing that you commented on.
Oh my god, that woman is like, her church, I see it all the time. It's got a dumbass giant Jesus statue. That before that statue was a Jesus that looked like he was doing a touchdown dance. That church is bonkers.
You're saying what they need to do is replace it with Buddy Christ.
They've got something. I think the new term for it. I had to ask my wife. It was originally touchdown Jesus, then lightning struck it and burned it down, and then they rebuilt something. I don't know the new name of it.
Are you talking about Big Butter Jesus?
Just a second. Let me. What?
Sorry, there's just something hilarious about. Oh, and then lightning struck the Jesus statue and burnt down.
It did.
Well, because it was made out of freaking styrofoam that yellowed over time that made it look like fucking butter. With something that goddamn big, how would it not be struck by lightning?
It was great.
We have a problem. We're trying to fix it.
Well,
right
that
now,
doesn't happen to the one in Rio de Janeiro, so I'm just saying, like.
So God hates the U.S. more, is what you're saying.
Well,
No, just that particular church, apparently. He was like, fuck you.
Yeah, that church has been notorious for like things that have happened that were shady. So
back where I used to live, we actually had a church fall down in a storm, and it was the only building in town that fell down. Like the entire place collapsed.
Oh, damn.
Like nobody was in
Rubble?
it. Yeah, like nothing but rubble.
Yeah.
all right.
Like,
Give me
that's
a
a
second.
sign you should choose another church. Like if I ever heard.
Oh, okay. So the new Jesus statue has its arms held out like it's telling you about the $5 footlong.
Oh no.
Pretty cool.
It was pretty cool, but it was also a raging inferno. So it was like,
Yeah, that's called fully involved.
No, see, a Raging Inferno is called Dragon Ball Evolution. Oh, sorry,
But
Dad.
see, I'm a firefighter EMT, so like, it's called fully involved at that point. Fun stuff. I never get to go to the phone calls. It's always people want to wreck the car and then call me.
I just wish that burns didn't itch so much. I've been having that issue.
My pitch for this game is
You're just like, you know what? I'll take the loss of a foot. Just make the itching stop.
So, but yeah, Ryan.
yeah.
Proof of Ohioan lineage is knowing that A, it existed, and B, what it was made from.
Nice. Yeah, I never went to that church, thank God. So I just remember driving past it, laughing at it, and then wondering, wow.
Inferno energy drink. Interesting.
All right. Well, what the hell?
There's a website called Caffeine Informer. I think I might need to subscribe to their newsletter.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Sorry, guys. Apologize. I think I fixed it.
316 milligrams per 8 fluid ounces. Holy shit.
wow.
Okay, that's not just energy, that's stupid energy.
Yeah.
I'm under 2 of them. Never mind.
Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. All right. Well, all right. So welcome to Gamer Grudge, everybody. Sorry, we had to fix a little bit. I don't know what happened. It wouldn't let me screw around with the thing a little bit. So hopefully we can get it. Hopefully it'll get it. It's back to normal, so we're good now. So I apologize for that. I don't know what happened, but we'll get it fixed eventually. This is it was weird. Usually it'll let me do the Zoom thing in there, and now it won't let me do it. It just gave me a white screen for some odd reason. I don't know why I did that, but we'll fix it. But welcome, guys. Welcome to the semifinals matchup. Woo! So today, on this choice episode of Gamer Grudge, we are here. I'm here. I'm back as host. Last week I got screwed out of my title.
No, you didn't. Your answer screwed you out of your title.
No, they didn't. Exactly. So anyway, so guys, before we start, we got to talk about the people that helped. Before we start, we got the semifinals match. We got two people who are going to VI to literally kick Eric Osmacher in the nards. We want you to do it. Kick him in the nards. We want you to do that. And we want you to have fun too. So also before we introduce the victims of the show, we're going to talk about the people that help us run the show. Starting with the first person. He is the current producer of the Gamer Grudge show, of the Gamer Grudge, not Gamer Grudge, but the whole shebang. He's back, Mr. Zero.
What is up, everyone? It has been far too long, and this quarantine has just kind of been pain, but we're not here to talk about that.
Exactly. Next, we have she's been on our show for a long time. Right now, the past 2 episodes, and she's getting the hang of how everything is going here in the Game Fixers. You've seen her on not only shows like GF15 and GF1, where we talk about Pokemon. Just go watch the show, people. We're going to end it there. Miss Pirate Blaze! I call her Blaze.
Hey, Pixel Pals. How's it going?
And last but not least, he's a fucker. He likes to talk shit, and he's my friend, Mr. Zach, aka Backwards Brain.
Did you know cocaine energy drink is back?
I didn't know it was an energy drink.
Yeah, no, you can buy cut or free.
Oh, wow.
So cut cocaine or free cocaine?
Fucking fuck people.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah. We're gonna spiral into Rick James tonight.
Yeah, I know. I mean, with no Angie. With no Angie, we're unfiltered, but we still got Angie, which is Zero. And now we're gonna get to the victims. He's been in this. I think this is his second time being in the semifinals. His second time being here. The last time he was here, he went all the way to be champion. Now he's on his way to be champion again. Mr. Ryan.
Oh, Christ, Mac, don't put that on me. Don't put that on me.
Mr. Ryan.
Yeah. No, this has been a lot. So this will be interesting.
This is going to be very interesting. And last but certainly not least, he is a new competitor coming in, and he really, really, really wants that belt. He wants to put that belt around his waist. He is from Florida, Mr. RJ.
Hello, everyone. What an intro. I loved it.
Thank you, man. Thank you. All right. Well, with that said, do we really got to go over the rules?
I know what's going on, so. But.
Yeah, if y'all have been here, you know the rules. It's the semifinals. You should have watched the shows in the past. Am I wrong for doing that, Zero?
And yeah, I'd say because we are at the semifinals, let's steamroll in and.
All right, let's see.
For those that are interested in the rules, they can watch our prior episodes.
Yeah, go watch our prior episodes, people. We're trying to move this along. I'm sorry, we've been told by people that this is going on too long. All right, with that said, let's play this sick ass montage, people. Woo! sure because people have been complaining that they can hear us.
I mean, are they complaining or are they more laughing?
I don't know. I think they're complaining.
I was to say yes.
Yes.
Three to stay. Oof. That's a hard question.
Let's go ahead and get it on to the next thing, which is question number 1.
Can I say do not purposely make glitch sounds? That just freaks everyone out.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness, he's really got a point on that.
Yeah, he got a point. All right, well, question number 1, which is, what is the worst Superman? Bearing Superman 64.
What the fuck?
What is the worst superhero game besides Superman 64? Mac, you cut out because we did not get all of that.
Well, I couldn't read it said bearing Superman 64. I'm reading what it said. Barring. I couldn't see that. Oh, shut up, Zach. So we're gonna start with RJ and then we're gonna go with Ryan. So RJ, what's your answer?
I said X2 Wolverine's Revenge on the PlayStation 2.
All right.
I don't care. Make her not bark.
Ooh. And I said Batman Beyond Return of the Joker.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, got a game for some reason.
All right. So I'm gonna ring the bell. RJ, you may give your declaration right now.
The reason I chose this game was because when you're watching the X-Men movies, you're like, wow, this is really cool. I love the story. When you go to play the game, it has nothing to do with the movie. So you're very disappointed in that. Also, with Hugh Jackman, he's all over the cover. You're like, oh, I love Hugh Jackman. He's a great Wolverine. Doesn't even look like him in the game. So that's another disappointment. It was very hard to play, and you couldn't really adjust the difficulty too much. A lot of people had problems with it. And it was a game that didn't have a lot of save points. So if you died, you were done. Like, you had to go back so far. And that was the thing that I hated, was I would get so far into the game and I would lose it all if I died. It was a very clunky game. It didn't have very good controls. Like, there was a stealth part, and if you tried to be stealthy and you got too close to somebody, they would notice you anyway. So there was even no point to it. And it was clunky. It was hard. No save points. It was just a mess.
Okay. I apologize. I had it on Zach's face the whole time, and I'm sorry for that. I know some of you probably don't want to see Zach's face. All right.
I mean, probably.
Yeah, probably. All right, Ryan, give us a reason why Batman, that good Batman film with Mark Hamill as the Joker is a bad video game.
So Batman Beyond is a futuristic Batman setting where Bruce Wayne's old. We have Terry, and I can't remember Terry's name, but Terry took over for Batman. He was a young kid Terry McGinnis. Thank you, Mac. He took over as Batman. It's interesting because it still has the scene, like the feeling of the original Batman animated series, but continuing the story along. And then they did this movie that was an awesome movie. I recommend it if you've never watched it. And then as I was trying to figure out my answer, because Mac took the easiest answer, I discovered that they made a game of this, and they take something like Batman, which is you're a detective, you're solving like you are trying to figure things out. They made a beat 'em up game. They did a simple like fighting, scrolling beat 'em up for Batman. It's just so lazy. It's unoriginal. It's like if I wanted to play a scrolling beat 'em up game, there's so many other options you could take, and it's just disappointing to see that such a nice movie gets such a crappy video game, which I guess was the style at the time because this came out in 2000, And in the 2000s, it was nothing but terrible games based off of movies. Like RJ's example, it was a terrible game based off of a movie, and just something that I don't understand why they did it. Because it's like I doubt they made their money back from making the games. Like, just don't make the game if you're not going to make a good game. Like, don't do it. So both of our games suck. They're both terrible.
We can agree on that.
Yeah.
But how do they suck? Is going to be the determiner here.
Yeah. All right, ding ding. That's it for my declaration.
Okay. No one ding dings except me, you motherfucker. Okay. Sorry, I got a little bit angry because people tried to stop me from ringing my damn bell. Blaze, are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right. Zach, are you ready?
Yep.
Zero.
Always.
Okay, cool. All right, guys, you have 5 minutes to go over. Right now it's 8:22. At 8:32, the round. Well, not 8:22. At 8:27, the round will end. So I'm gonna ring the bell now.
Wow.
So,
this is
Ryan, you said that your game was based directly on the movie, right?
Well, I didn't play it. I just watched people play it, and it's just a beat 'em up. Like, I don't think they put any effort into bringing the storyline of the movie into it. And as I was reading the description of yours, it sounds like they did the exact same thing.
They did the exact same thing,
which is
That's
just
what I was
very sad. Which sucks.
They completely took the hype of both of the movies that have completely come out, and everyone loved it before the new MCU because those are the best. But beside the point, they took those two movies and they were like, "Hey, we're gonna make it all about Wolverine," and then all of a sudden it was Wolverine, nothing to do with the movies. And you're like, "Well, what's the point? Like, why even name it X2? Why couldn't it just be a Wolverine named game?"
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, well, it's marketing. It's marketing, trying to get people to buy it. At least your game had Mark Hamill do the voice of Logan, and I'm sure Mark Hamill was serviceable because I love Mark Hamill. So
that was the best part of the game. Everything
and my game doesn't even have Mark Hamill because there's nobody talking in my game. I don't know. Both these games are bad. I guess in defense of your game, it got some actual positive reviews. I don't know how. I don't get it.
I can't say.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because on the cover of the game, if you got the original, I got the blockbuster one, but on the cover of the game, it's Hugh Jackman.
Yes,
and you're like, great, I get to play as Hugh Jackman, and then you start up the game and you're looking at him, and it doesn't even look like Hugh Jackman. It's more like a comic book Wolverine, which is cool in itself. But why even advertise Hugh Jackman if it's not going to look anything like it? Like you said, marketing, but then it just takes away from the experience of the game.
Yeah, it's disappointing. I don't understand it. But my game, there were no good scores of it. It was universally disliked. At least with your game, some people apparently liked it. I don't understand it, but someone liked the game enough to give it a 7.3 out of 10. That doesn't make any sense. That's wonderful. I love it. I wish I could do something that poor and get that good of a score. If my professors were that kind to me, that'd be great. That would be great.
Were you able to I know you didn't play the game a lot, but what you saw, were they able to save a lot?
It was a old school Game Boy Color game, an N64 and PlayStation port. So I'm assuming they might have had a save. I didn't see any version of save. Nobody saved anything that I saw.
That's fair.
So it might have just been a simple sit down, play it. You're going to progress, and there's no need to save it. It might just be one of those quick games. Mac took away the only game I had experience with. Most superhero games, I generally just avoid because usually they suck.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot more to add to it, Mac. I'm sorry, but RJ, if you have anything else you want to say, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, the thing that annoyed me the most was something I brought up before, was not being able to save. That's the thing I hate the most about any game. It doesn't have to be this game. Is you get so far into a game, and if you don't like quick save or like save it yourself and it doesn't auto save, you've lost all that progress and now you have to go back and do it all again. And that was one of the things that was the worst part of this game. Like PlayStation 2 games were clunky and they didn't look good. Like it wasn't just this game, but like at least they had save points. Like they had checkpoints.
That's true.
That was really all I had.
Yeah. Ding ding.
I told you, motherfucker. I'm the only one that does it.
Mac, if we give you the chance to ding and you don't do it, my brain will say it. I can't.
Okay. Zach. So Zach, we're gonna try something different this time.
What are we?
I want to give you. I'm gonna give you a final thought. I'm each gonna give you your final. Now we're not gonna ask you a question. This time we're gonna give you one final argument. But within your argument, you cannot tear the other person's apart. That cannot tear the other person's argument apart.
So I only talk about my game.
Exactly.
All right.
All right. So RJ, give us your final thought on your game.
I would have loved to have more save points and more ability to change the difficulty. And actually the mechanics worked, like the stealth mechanic. I would have loved to sneak up behind people without them noticing me constantly. And I would have actually liked to have it based on the movie and have Hugh Jackman in it instead of the comic book.
All right. Ryan.
Just when you're gonna make a Batman game, I want you to do something more than just a beat 'em up scroller. That's not what Batman is about. There is a reason the Arkham games are successful. Yes, there's combat. Yes, you can do big combos, but there's also mystery to it. There's finding clues. There's other things about it. And for you to take a show and a movie like Batman Beyond, which has such a great visual aesthetic, and it's all just in the fucking background, and it's not doing anything special. It's like they took the Power Rangers Fight 'em Up and just reskinned it. And like, hey, it's Batman now, and that's it. It's terrible. That's why my game is terrible.
All right. Facts.
The creator of Return of the Joker also made Dark Tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. That game sucks.
Dark Tomorrow, the Bugs Bunny birthday games.
Ooh.
And get this, the original bad Superman game on the NES. So there was no chance this was going to be
terrible.
Yeah, this is
terrible.
But they also made the Top Gear games. So I don't know. They had one decent franchise.
All right. Zach, who you thought won?
Honestly, I'm kind of still deliberating that.
All right. Well, Blaze, who you thought won?
You're choosing between like a suck salad with blue cheese or a suck salad with bacon bits of suck. It's kind of like it's still gonna be gross. I agree that these games are equally just as terrible as they could be. Zach's facts though add on to that bacon bit salad though. So with the way the guys were bringing up their points and everything based on their arguments and debates, I do agree with how Ryan's saying it. They could have done more, and they basically just kind of in a way whipped it out. It's the most basic brawler game, and that's more like Street Fighter, not Batman. But RJ brings up multiple points of not just it being clunky, but no save points. That's one way to piss gamers off. Horrible controls, another way to piss gamers off, especially me. Bringing up points like that, besides it just being kind of limited in what they could have done, makes me edge a bit more towards the RJ in this round.
Sarah, who you thought won?
First off, I gotta say, Blaze, very accurate analogy. Because as I'm hearing about these games, there's a lot going on that really makes me hesitant to choose, like to side one way or the other. Like RJ brings up that there's very little save points. And then Ryan brings up the fact that they literally threw out the crappiest side-scrolling beat 'em up this side of Mortal Kombat. So, given everything that I have heard, though, between both of these blatant shovelware titles, I'm probably gonna also have to go with RJ.
Okay. All right. Look, I do agree with with what everybody's saying. And I wrote down some stuff. I do think I do agree that with even after the fact of what I'm not taking into account what Zach said because that was before the point, and Ryan never used it. So with taking that out of the point, the person who gave the most points about his game was RJ. And for that point, I had to give my point to RJ. So
Totally fair. Totally fair. If I could, I would give neither of us the point because neither of us really were aggressive about it.
Yeah, both
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, well, what are you gonna say? No, that game's better than you think. Nobody's gonna say that.
You're not gonna get a B. Yeah, I didn't have it in me to give that fake answer. Well, actually, RJ, your game's incredible.
Well, see, and also Ryan, the reason I took out Superman 64, and you can cuss me out all you want, everybody, RJ would have picked it.
I would have gone with Aquaman, actually.
I would have gone with Batman. Look, we'll get to that in a I would have went with there's a lot of more bad video games.
Let's move on to the question that I know Mac's looking forward to.
Can I just say one other thing? Apparently, the studio that made RJ's didn't make anything else.
Wait, they only made one entire game?
Yeah,
that
the game was.
That is the only credit they have.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
And they did do the GBA for it, even. But one credit.
That's a
wow.
All right.
That's a death.
All right, so I'm going to go with 0-0. What they're saying in the chat. 0. 0.
0, you're muted.
Yeah, you're muted, buddy.
Yeah, he's muted because I'm yelling at him. That was perfect time to unmute.
Yeah, the chat was saying stuff like giving different titles like Batman and Robin, Batman Forever. So pretty much every other side-scrolling beat 'em up that Batman ever came up with.
Yeah, I mean Dark Tonara is shit. Blaze, what they're saying in your chat?
Right now, it's quiet at the moment.
Yeah, I mean we're getting views, but we're not getting people in the chat. People, give your answers.
I know, and I'm talking here.
Yeah, I mean,
Tell me how you liked my game. We'll see.
Somebody in the chat defends our games like, what the fuck is wrong with
Yeah,
y'all?
that was the best game I ever played.
Play more video games.
Well, here's the thing. What would happen if it was literally the only game they ever touched? Then they might actually genuinely think this.
All right.
But was it the only game they ever touched because it was such a bad game they didn't want to play more?
No.
Good point.
No, like the only game ever available.
All right.
Ooh.
Question number two. Zach, what is question number 2? And you want to read it or you don't want to?
I mean, I write them out. It's a pain in the ass enough.
Okay. Blaze, why don't you read it?
Oh, now we're gonna have to go to my Twitter. Oh, okay. Oh, sweet. What video game character do you feel deserves to be punched in the face the most?
Cool.
I know who I'd pick, but I'm like, I want to see who you guys pick.
All right, Ryan.
This character is from Kingdom Hearts 2. His name is Demex. I'll expand on that in my declaration.
RJ.
I said General Shepard from Modern Warfare 2. That's a good picture. That's the point right there.
That's a great picture.
It's self-explanatory.
Pretty much.
Very damning picture of him. Yeah. Damn, that's a good picture of Shepard. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just don't give no fucks. Okay, Ryan, I'm gonna ring the bell. You can go at it.
All right. So for those who've not played it, because I'm assuming my choice is not as well known as RJ's choice, which is fair. Dimex in Kingdom Hearts 2 is an annoying organization, 13 member who uses water, and I'm going to say the phrase that has been haunted into my dreams forever: dance, water, dance. I get rages of like anger when I hear it, thinking about it. So story time. When Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, I was not the best gamer because I was a kid. Demix stopped me from progressing in that game for months because I just wasn't good at the combo, like whatever you had to do to fucking advance. And so that phrase was etched into my brain because you couldn't skip him saying it. So every time I tried to beat him, I heard it and I hated it. And he's just a pest of a character. He's annoying. He's just such a little bastard. And I swear, I really think I didn't advance in that game for a year because of him as a kid. And then upon the remastering and they re-released it, I demolished him because I had to beat him. And I had to destroy him because I hated him so much. That's why. Demex, you gonna get popped in the mouth.
Dance, water, dance. Oh God! I know what I'm going to be doing on this.
I feel your pain, Ryan.
I am going to be using that on. Oh my God! Oh, Angie's going to wonder why I keep saying that on Pinch Watch. Okay. Ryan's like, I hate you, Mac. All right. RJ, tell us why General Shepard should obviously get punched in the fucking face.
Well, he deserves more than a punch to the face, but he's already dead, so I guess we'll have to stick with that for now. There was a few people I went with, and he was ultimately the one that I was going to punch in the face because I thought about it in a real-world scenario. He was a general in charge of the Marines, the Army Rangers, and his own special task force. And he betrayed all of them, and he knew so much about the U.S. and could have given all of our secrets to other countries. He sparked a war between Russia and America that should have never happened to begin with. He also sent an American into a Russian kill squad, had the American kill a bunch of innocent Russian people, only to know that he was going to get killed in the end. And he killed, obviously, in the first shot that you saw, when I said him, he killed Roach and Ghost and set them on fire because he wanted to be the hero of his own story and didn't want anybody finding out about his actual plans to help destroy parts of the military. The U.S. military, I'm sorry. So, like, if that were to happen in real life, imagine what kind of mess we'd be in.
All right, you ready? You good?
Ding, ding.
Yeah.
No, shut up! Ding, ding. Son of a bitch. Yeah, I got a little bit agitated there. I'm sorry. Pirate, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Zach. Zero. Where you meant to go to you? Okay. All right, so it's right now. It's 8:40. At 8:45, you have to stop. All right, starting now.
While I agree with you that Shepard deserves that punch in the face, he got worse. He got so much worse. He got what was coming to him, and it happened, and it was glorious. Like, that's the thing. Like, he is an evil person. Don't get me wrong. But if we're just going to pick somebody to punch because they're evil, there are far more evil characters in video games to pick. I picked something that was personal, that was like just something that affected me as a video game player as a kid. And it just sucks because it's such a dumb boss fight. He's using water creations to attack you. and you have to do them in a certain time frame, or else it just starts all over again. That's why it's like Shepard, he gets his, and he's not really like a boss. Like, you get a chance, spoiler to a game that's been out forever, you get a chance to flick that knife right into him. So you get that, like, and it's not really a big fight. It's just he's the antagonist of this game. You know, that's why, like, I get it.
It's not really about the fight, though. It's just about the betrayal, because a lot of the bosses in Kingdom Hearts are kind of the same way. It's not just that one. You know,
Well,
I understand
for me, the one, he was the only one. Every other boss was a cakewalk. Like, that was.
Wow. I can't say I haven't finished Kingdom Hearts 2. We'll put it that way. So I can't say I ever got to that part. But all of the bosses that I fought were that difficult to me because I wasn't as experienced of a player. But when you connect emotionally to a character in a game like Ghost, and even Captain Price, because he was sent to the Gulag because of Shepard, you connect to those characters emotionally, and then you watch this guy who you thought was a hero and was helping you save the world just come out of a helicopter, shoot him in the face, shoot you in the chest, and then set you both on fire. That's such a heartbreak. Like, you just want to go and you want to punch him in the face at that very moment, even before you know you're getting the chance to kill him.
Yeah, I understand. I get what you're saying. I just, like, Shepard, he wasn't even really, like, it was kind of one of those moments where, like, he did what he did, and you needed that moment in the game. Like, the progression of the game, you needed that betrayal to progress the story in a way that made it interesting. Whereas if you don't have Shepard doing that, it's just another Call of Duty generic storyline. That moment is surreal because you don't expect it. That's why it's so good. You know, Demex is just another one of these piece of shit Organization 13 members you have to beat. Like, all he is annoying. Like, that's his whole Shepard serves a purpose within the game, while Demex is just annoying. He was just another piece to the puzzle when it comes to Kingdom Hearts, and it's bullshit.
Okay, fair point. He's annoying, but again, even if that hadn't happened with Shepard and he hadn't shot those two guys, he still started a war with Russia just because he wanted to catch one guy for his own glory.
Yeah, Shepard's evil. Shepard's pure evil. I'm just saying, I'm not going to pick somebody based off of how evil they are, or there are other people. There are other people for me to pick within this. You know, there are other video game characters who are much more evil than Shepard if you're going to pick somebody based off of the bad things they've done. The point I'm trying to make.
I understand. I don't really have a whole lot else to add. You know, he killed multiple Americans himself. He sent another American to die, to kill other Russian people. Like, that's really it. That's why I wanted to punch him in the face. Yeah, he's a betrayer of America.
And you got to kill him. So, job done. Job well done. Bing, bing.
That's all I got.
Shut up! Dance the water dance. Fuck. Anybody had a question? Or I'm just gonna go to final thought.
I've actually got one.
Go ahead.
All right. Because I'm at least well versed in each of your character choices well enough, tell me their defining moment that made you personally want to punch them in the face, be it for how many times that you've lost against them, or story-related reasons, doesn't matter. Just the personal time that you wanted to pop them one and tell them to get your act together.
Go ahead.
So, like I said, my declaration for me, it was the fact that I've played the first Kingdom Hearts as a kid. I enjoyed it. It was a game that wasn't really challenging, but I still enjoyed it. And I'm having this progression throughout Kingdom Hearts 2, and I'm stopped dead in my tracks. It has halted my progression of the game, Dance Water Dance, on repeat for a year, as I tried to beat this character, because for some reason the younger version of me was stupid and couldn't figure out the easy way to do it, and I had to suffer through it. So the defining moment for me is when I finally like realize when I finally beat him as a kid. I don't know if I threw my controller, but I might have, out of joy of like I got you, you son of a bitch. So something like that.
Okay, I think it was you got you little shit. Okay, RJ, tell us why.
My defining moment. Tell me why ain't. Oh, sorry. My defining moment was the scene that was shown in the picture when he comes out of the helicopter. You're helping the big hero out. Bam! Betrayal. He shoots the two characters that you had a great emotional connection with. You find out he's betraying America, and he has all this information backlogged that he's the hero. You never existed. You don't matter. My soldiers don't matter, and go fuck yourself.
Pretty much.
Damn.
All right. I just want to say to the chat, make sure you tell us who won, because you might swing us to find out who wins. So make sure you tell us who won the fight. So, just in case we'll probably get into a tie. All right. Zach, facts.
Fact. Apparently, there was a shoe based off of Ryan's character at some point.
Can we see a picture of that?
No, I can't find one. I can only find one to the Roxas's one.
Because that'd be actually kind of neat to see, but
I've been looking, but
we know.
They make the Roxas ones. Those are at least I found.
Right.
Which.
All right, that's it.
Other than that, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory why these two were picked.
Right. All right, boys, who you thought won?
Okay, so again, based on information presented, first I'm going to say with what RJ is saying, I totally agree. Shepard is like the epitome of douche. Modern Warfare 2 was actually the first Call of Duty game that I ever played. And as Ryan stated, though, while it wasn't the most satisfying way, he does get his just desserts in the end. So because of that, whereas you at least get some kind of satisfaction, whereas you don't really get a lot of satisfaction out of some annoying little pissant that's just pissing you off for over a year. In this round, I'm going to be giving it to Ryan for, how do I say that dude's name? Demex?
Yeah.
You should call it dumbass.
Well, all all Organization 13 characters have an X in their name.
Oh,
because
really?
you know, because the edgelords existed before
Kingdom
him.
Hearts, so I didn't get that far, but I've also
like,
been in that struggle. But really, yeah, Shepard is like the epitome of douche. So I understand what RJ's saying, and I would have went with him, but you're right. He does get his just desserts. You do get some satisfaction in killing the fucker. There's no real satisfaction in, yeah, I finally beat this guy, I can move on with the game now. Well, you get no real satisfaction, and haha, you died. It's just I won.
All right. 0.
So, hearing the arguments between Demix and Shepard, General Shepard, it's like I'm hearing arguments. It's effectively hearing an argument of someone who needs to be punched for effectively being a brick wall, and somebody who needs to be punched for being a jackass.
Yes.
And I will say that RJ, you did have a little factoid wrong. The reason he did betray the U.S. was actually because he cared about the soldiers he lost to the nuke when they were invading in the first game, because he was those soldiers were under his charge. So he kind of got a little revenge heavy. But I will say that given all the arguments I've heard, I'm also going to have to go with Ryan, because while both of them technically get their just desserts, with Shepard, I feel like it's handed to you because it's plot related. With Demix, you have to earn it. He is literally the skill gate to the rest of the game, which gets a lot more difficult after that point.
Okay. Zach, who you thought won?
I'm gonna go with Brian's simply because he made a good point where one game doesn't work without the guy.
Right.
You could easily replace this Demix guy with any other type of character, and the game would be better off for it. And he's not exactly integral to the story. Where, like, Modern Warfare 2, I'm not a Call of Duty guy. Even I heard of him and went, wow. And think about that story. That game just would not be notable without him.
Right.
So I mean, at least that's how I feel about it. It's like,
well, like I said, it doesn't matter what I say, but me personally, I would have went with Rhino as well. The main reason is I play both of these games, and I do understand Shepard is. I agree with what Pyro said. He is the ultimate douchebag. But at the end of the day, at the end of the game, I'm not gonna lie. Playing through that game, the best part of that game was throwing that fucking knife in his daggone face, and that's the best thing. So you do get your revenge against him. And I do admit. Dumbass is whatever his name is, dumbass over there. Yeah, he's a douchebag. He sucks. I couldn't stand him when I played Kingdom Hearts 2, but when I beat him, it felt refreshing. Like fuck you, and he just went away, and it was stupid. So yeah, I'm going Ryan too. So, all right, what they're saying in the chat.
Well, outside of the fact that chat disconnected for me, we got people saying, General Shepard should be the easy win, and and then easy Mr. Dark from Rayman.
I mean, I guess if you want to, to me, it's the thing that's only a punch and not like killing the guy.
Yeah.
Where it's like I can understand wanting to execute RJ's pick more than punch him.
Yeah. If this was execute, then RJ wins. But at the same token, it still goes back to the point. You technically kill him. So that was like going against him.
By all means, you technically kill both of them.
Yeah. Technically, yeah.
Sort of. Look, death in the Kingdom Hearts games means nothing.
Yeah. If we want to get into Kingdom Hearts 3, we can get into the bullshit.
Yeah.
So,
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's bullshit in Kingdom Hearts.
It's second only superheroes where death means nothing.
You got to die 4 times. I'm like, fuck! I thought I killed you. Nope.
I'm back, motherfucker.
Yeah. I remember I played that game, Kingdom Hearts 3, and I was like, fuck you. I don't understand what the fuck is going on.
You went from 1 to 2, didn't you?
Yeah. Huh?
You went from 1 to 2.
1 to 2, straight to it. And I still didn't understand what was going on. 3, I didn't even. I was like, what the fuck?
Well, that's because you missed 4 games.
I was like, what the fuck is going on? Oh, Pyro, what they're saying in Twitch?
They're being quiet, and we've got a lot of people watching. They're just quiet.
Yeah.
They're scared.
They're scared.
Or they just have it on in the background where they're making dinner or something.
Yeah, that too.
I mean,
that ain't nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with that. Have it on in your background. Listen to us as we talk. All right, Zach, question number 3. All right. Zero, you want to read that?
Sure, in my own words. What is the best cheat in video games?
Woo!
And I believe we said excluding the Konami code.
no,
we're keeping it.
Okay, then best cheat code of all time.
All right. So this right on this making me laugh. So RJ, you get to go first. What's your answer?
I said the Konami code.
Ryan?
I said Doom. I said Doom God mode.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay. So RJ, why is this code the best? Tell me. Ding ding.
I chose this code because it's not just a one game code; it's actually in over 100 games, which is very diverse, and it does a bunch of different things rather than just one thing. And it's also in a bunch of pop culture. It was featured in movies. It's been in it's just pop culture in general. Like I said, it's in more games than one. It does a bunch of different things. You can even do it to your Alexa, I think. Like it's still relevant to this day.
All right. Ryan?
So Doom is a dope ass game, as all of y'all, I'm sure, have played at some point. But there's something satisfying about being able to become invincible and not give a shit about anything, and you can just roll through it and just murder everything in your path, and that's what the code does. Hence the God mode title. You're just you can't get hurt. You're just blazing through it. It's it's something for like, okay, I've beat the game. What do I want to do now? Oh, let's cheat. Let's go into God mode and let's have some fun with it. And there's just something special about that, because Doom for me was a hard game that took a long time to beat. So it was not a game that I'm not good at Doom. I didn't get Doom Eternal because I'm not good at it. So, but I still recognize how awesome Doom is and how great it is. So the idea of being able to play Doom and enjoy it because I've went into God mode is a good time. Yeah.
All right. All right. Simplify, motherfucker. So, Zach, are you good to go?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Aretta?
I'm good.
0. 0. Bueller.
Jesus, he's still there.
Bueller.
Calling for me?
Yes. Are you ready?
Oh yeah. I
Okay,
told
cool.
you, always ready.
All right, well, cool. I'm gonna ring this damn bell, and right now it is 8:58. We'll get you in. Well, 9:03. You must stop. Starting now.
I'm glad you brought up that point of actually doing it after the game, because there have been games I've played.
Using cheat codes. So when Mac
I don't either.
Mac asked this question, and I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna have to reach because I don't really use them that much, unless it's like, I can't think of a game that I use it unless I'm just bullshitting it.
Right, because like you said, after the game it's fine, but like if you play it just as your first playthrough, it's no fun because there's no challenge.
Yep.
Like one of the games I used to play a long time ago, I got like an infinite shield and I ran through everything. It was like, what's the point?
Yep.
So like I admit it is fun, but I would have to be that like an afterthought.
Yeah, which any cheat code should be an afterthought. So boys and girls, if you're watching, don't use cheat codes till you won, because
Get your achievements and your trophies first.
It's just boring. But no, man, I can't really dispute the impact of the Konami code. Like on a cultural level, it has its reach everywhere. I just I don't know what bit it, like, depending on the game, it's like, okay, it's a tiny benefit or it's a significant benefit. Whereas the Doom code, to go God mode, it's straightforward. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm just doing this so I can just walk through Doom like it's nobody's business. But yeah.
Obviously, we both recognize the bigness, the grand scheme of the Konami code. Like it's more than one game. Like God mode in any game is great, but like with the Konami code, like I have it in multiple games where I can be a God mode, or I can get a health buff whenever I need to, or it'll add some silly Easter egg to it. And it's like, it's not just in video games either. Like it's in pop culture, it's in movies, it's in they've made t-shirts about it. Like everybody knows what it is. Everybody's at least played one game that had the Konami code in it. Or like I said before, it's even in your Alexa. Like you can tell Alexa, hey, up, down, down. Like you can do it, and it's like, oh, a little secret Easter egg. Like it's just so globally known.
And I don't know if I'm gonna do something that's a first for the show, but Mac, I'm conceding this one. This was my answer. I was gonna pick the Konami code. I don't.
I was kind of afraid to pick it because I was like, is it too much? Like because it's more than
No,
one
it's
game.
not.
Like, I even asked.
This is. I don't have any good argument. Like I can't shit on it because it is what it is. It's a cultural icon of video gaming. When you think of video games, the Konami code's the first thing to come up. I'm gonna give this to RJ because I don't have anything to really go at.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go talk to the producer of the show. Producer, will you allow this?
I'm probably sure Zach was going to bring this up in the facts, but there are some negative things with the Konami code. But other than that,
yeah, but he's talking broadly. He didn't pick a specific game, so I'm like, I can't like. If I shit on the Konami code in one game,
I say let him concede if he doesn't feel he has an argument.
That's actually what I was about to get to. I was like gonna say, but because it is so ubiquitous to gaming as a culture, there is no good counter argument for it. So I will allow a concession for this round.
Yeah. All right, your concession.
I mean, can I argue it?
I mean, I would like to argue it too. I mean,
that do it a different time. I don't use cheat codes. That's why.
Here's my argument. RJ's whole entire argument was based on iconicness. He didn't even tell us what fucking game he can do.
You let him go. You didn't ask him for a specific game though.
No. You could argue that. He just argued how iconic it is. He didn't really give us anything.
Because inherently any cheat code takes away from the gaming experience.
True, but that's
why.
I'm just saying. Zach, go ahead, because I'm probably
okay. Now, Ryan, I have an argument that can actually bolster yours. Like you keep saying that cheat codes are inherently a negative, where in Doom specifically, because you could do God mode, people learned how to make their own maps because they could go through and learn the code.
That's true.
Of the game.
I didn't think of that though. That's the thing.
Like that's how people learned the engine. Like that's one of the things people tend to forget about is without cheat codes, we would know way less about the games themselves.
Right.
True.
Also, I can't believe how many non-Konami games use the code. And
it's widespread.
I would also say that an argument against RJ's would be, yeah, it's completely random whether it's good or bad. So why wouldn't you want something more consistent?
Yeah.
I didn't think of that, man. Yeah. I was just like,
I understand. That's just how I think about it, though.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think of it.
I love using filthy cheat codes. I was a PC gamer in the 90s. Everything had a filthy cheat mode.
Oh, trust me. I know all about the cheat codes on PC games. I haven't done those in a while because it just feels dirty.
Theme hospitals, because if you ever cheat on Theme Hospital, the PA lady would not shut up telling the world that you were cheating.
Oh God, that's awesome.
So you had to actually turn your volume off. It was great.
All right.
Ryan, I feel with you because like I've only ever used one cheat code ever in one game. Now I know some of the cheat codes for certain games, but I've only ever used one myself, and it was for neither of these games. And I've played many Konami games, and I was not my very first game, but one of the first games I ever really cut my teeth on playing was Doom. I am totally like, if I could play it right now on like my PlayStation 4, I'd be doing it because my computer's dead. Yep. But the only one I've ever used a cheat code in was a game that I sucked at so much and I got bored with anyway after 15 minutes, and that's GTA. So it's just, you do the codes, you can get all the ammo, so you get health and armor. And then they make it go all the way to they got the helicopters and the tanks and everything, so you don't have to go through all the crap, and then you just go have fun for 5 minutes. And you're like, I'm bored, new game.
I mean, the $250,000 cheat was, I mean, that's an awesome cheat from GTA for San Andreas. I mean,
I didn't play San Andreas. I think it was GTA 2 that I was playing.
But then what's the point of playing the game? You get the loot. Like, what?
I think I was playing in 2002 was when I was playing it, and it was.
That's it. Well, like I said,
I would like to say, do you have Doom Eternal yet, Pirata?
No.
Oh, because that actually contains Doom 1 and 2.
Oh.
I gotta get it.
Yeah, you actually use the Doom Slayer's computer to play the game.
Right.
Oh,
All right. Well.
awesome.
All right. So right at this moment,
Which you could technically use as a cheat code in itself, because there is a code that you have to enter to do it.
well, look, that said, Zach already gave up his facts. Zero, what they're saying in the chat.
Let's see. I'm unlimited money cheat in Sims.
Fucking Sims.
Is there a thing that shoots the Sims disk out of the computer and burns it?
Oh,
and he's
and
not here. She
But-
cannot clobber us.
Well, no, but you go into your computer and you delete a certain file. Your computer won't turn on, but the Sims are gone forever.
Yes.
I mean, I have computers I'd have been willing to junk.
Or you just don't buy fucking Sims. I mean,
Yeah.
See, I'm not gonna trash the Sims because Angie's not here to defend it, so I'm not doing that to the Sims.
oh, no, she's
That's
gonna
half the fun.
Yeah, I know.
I'm also married to a Sims player, so yeah, I'm not poking that bear.
Well, here's the question: are Sims players actually playing a game?
Oh Christ, yes, yes. Trust me, they are.
Well, no,
I've watched it.
Is it a game though, or is it it's a simulator? But
Have you ever
Yeah.
played a city building type of game, or
I have, and
yeah,
I would.
she's building cities. She's
know, but
building houses. And
even the ones
I
I
call
like,
those good games.
I know. I guess I would argue some of those aren't really gamey.
Yeah.
Oh,
Even
if
the
I
ones I
have
like.
one thing to say, because of the fact that Ryan, you questioned if you're truly playing, if you're ruining the game experience with GTA, I'm gonna have to question you and be like, who plays
Not a
GTA for the
GTA
story?
guy. I'm not a GTA guy, man. So I just any game I'm like part of, like I play games for the challenge of it. So cheat code.
Yeah,
defeats
well,
the
it's a challenge when your car is flying and you don't know how to control it.
You're
Right?
flying a tank.
Yeah.
That's
All
funny.
right, well,
so
let's
in
move
my-
on.
I'm making a little circular motion.
All right. Also, Pirata, what they're saying in the chat, on your chat.
They're just quiet.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm asking questions like,
Can I say that the thing you need to unlock the Doom thing is actually Flynn Taggart, and that is a reference to Doom novels.
ooh.
So I have no idea who would know that off the bat.
So question. All right. So, Ryan, you need this point to go to PvP. If you do not get this point, then RJ will go to the finals and face Eric. Whoopity doo. All right. So, last question, and Zach, you're the only person who hadn't read nothing, so go ahead and read it. It's your
All right.
question.
Yeah, I got it up. All right. Create your own futuristic 2D arcade sports game, i.e., Windjammers, Robotron, Base Wars, and the Mutant League games, things like something along those lines.
Okay. Ryan, what is your choice?
I just said a 2D football game. I didn't get the question that included all that other stuff.
I didn't either. It's okay.
Yeah.
I thought I was just making a 2D arcade game. Yeah.
Look, I gave the information to Max, so you can admonish him all you like.
I had to do that whisper. I love doing that whisper.
Ring, 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 motherfucker. Okay. Ryan, I just say present us your game, and
Okay.
yeah, we'll go from there. So I'm gonna ring the bell, and you may go at it.
Well, RJ still needed to say what he picked.
Oh
Or
yeah,
what he-
RJ. Sorry. I thought he did say it.
No, sir. I chose to make a futuristic jousting 2D game.
Interesting. All right, Ryan. Now we may ring the bell, and you must tell us what's wrong. Ring, 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 ring.
So I can incorporate the futuristic aspect of football is a dangerous sport. It is not good for humans. This 2D football game It's robots. It's the National Robo Football League. It's just robots beating the shit out of each other on the gridiron until one team wins. It's bonkers. It's going to be weird. It's going to be classic. Like the not Matt. Damn it! It's been so long since I thought about these old football games. So something along those lines. Just football. It's dangerous. You shouldn't be playing football, but you can play a video game of football and you're not going to get hurt. Because when you hear me fuck up, it's probably from my time of playing football because, my brain got scrambled. Yeah. So, but it's something I love. I still watch it. And even though I know it's bad, so the best way to supplement that, let's just do a kick-ass 2D futuristic video game of robots playing football. There you go. It's fun. It's weird. And people will still love it. People love robots. I don't know why they're going to take over the world, but people love robots. That's it.
Okay.
I don't know. I thought that film got middling reviews, but
yeah, me too. I also I mean, I want to ask, what kind of robots will they be? Will they be cyborg?
That'll be the last type of thing.
Damn it! I want to actually take out cyborg skin.
Look, that matter?
It does to me. RJ, go ahead.
The way I thought about it was there's so many sports games that we know about now that are just overmade. Like there's football and baseball and just all the generic ones we know about. So I figured why not go something a little bit more gory or gruesome, if you will, and go with jousting. Because I remember when I was little going to medieval times and watching the knights joust. So I'm like, what if they were like on hovering horses, like robotic horses, and they had like light lances. I was going to say like lightsabers, but that's too Star Warsy. So I said like light lances, and they're just going at each other. Like you see one guy coming from one side of the screen, the other guy coming from the other side of the screen. Somebody is going to fall off their horse. Somebody might crash and burn on the ground. Somebody's getting beat up. Like somebody's going to get hurt no matter what. And it's in the future. So,
Okay, cool. All right, lasers. All right.
Can I say, I think we should, the host go around and each ask one question on this. That's the way I would think this should work.
Yeah. Let's go ahead because there shouldn't be no argument. All right. Question to both of you.
Oh, wait, we're not going to tackle each other's pitch?
Well, no, we're not. We don't really do the pitch questions anymore because it's like theoretical games.
Yeah.
It's hard to. You can't really even fact check it.
Yeah. My question, Ryan, first to you, Ryan. Will these robots have cybernetic skin that age like in Terminator?
No, that's stupid. It's a waste of skin. They're just going to be the whole point of it. Think of like each team can build X number of robots. Like so. Each team can build like 30.
These are some plain ass robots that just have no soul. That look like they have no soul.
No, it's just about which team can build the best 33 robots to win the fucking game. That's all that matters. It's winning the football game, and if they can make the best robot, I don't want to, because we're trying to separate from the evil that is football. So we don't want to see the faces of these robots slowly.
One last question. I need to know, will there be dancing?
You do not get a second question.
Damn it! Fuck you, Russ. Fuck you, Zach. Damn it. I love football.
I just love Mac. Fuck you, Zach.
RJ,
Yep.
Back to you. So these are actually going to be humans, am I correct?
So the way, since it's in the future, you can choose to be a human or a robot.
Okay, cool. How much gore are we talking about?
Well, if you choose a person, probably not a whole lot, like maybe a few broken bones on the person. But if it's going to be a robot, maybe like a few parts fall off, like cybernetics and stuff fall out, that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay. All right, y'all can go next.
See, this isn't fair because I have a counterpoint to to try on the jousting, but okay.
No, it's okay. We got you. Who's next?
I'll go next.
Okay.
and you guys can answer because the same questions apply to both of you, so you can answer in whatever order whoever wants to go first. But my question is, what platforms would you put your game on?
Ooh, multi-platform, man. I don't discriminate. You know, everybody can play this game because I hate exclusives. Exclusives drive people away from each other. Bring everybody together, y'all.
Hippie bullshit.
I'd probably say this. I'd probably say the same thing because 2D games work on almost all platforms. But I'd say if I did do all of them, I would prefer mobile. Like it'll be on all of them, but I think mobile would probably work the best.
Okay. I don't have other questions. I'm not like Mac. I just had the one.
Mitch.
All right. All right. So, like Blazes, this one applies to both of you. Given the fact of our big question of the day that we had to concede on was cheat codes. If you were to implement cheat codes into your game as a for fun basis, and they were on all modern consoles, would you deny access to like achievements or trophies by using these cheat codes?
Yeah, that's how it's been. You know, I don't have I have very few achievements in Europa Universal 4 because I am not good at it. And if I ever would use a cheat code, I wouldn't get the achievement, and I think that's fair. I don't kind of defeats the purpose of a achievement / trophy if you're using a cheat code.
See, I would say yes and no, and only because if I made the game, it would have kind of like a single player and a multiplayer. So if you use the cheat codes, you couldn't get the trophies or anything in the single player. But a lot of people play multiplayer if they're playing local. If they want to unlock more stuff, they cheat anyway. Like they'll just boost or they'll just like fall off the map or whatever to get extra stuff anyway. So why would a cheat code be any different if you're playing like local multiplayer, we'll say. So yes and no, I guess.
All right, Zach, if you got one, go ahead.
Okay, it's the same where it's the same question. I want to know in your fictional universe, what are the stakes of these games? Like, what is the driving purpose behind this? This is the
all right, Zach. I got a fun one for you.
That's a good question.
So in my fictional world, to stave off the angry hordes of people who are sick of their everyday lives, the NFL with these robots are just making football happen to appease the masses. They're trying to prevent the socialist revolution from happening by constant football. You thought you had a lot of football now? It's a football game every day, maybe twice a day. It's to make these people watch and to not rise up. It's this game's made to numb the masses. It's capitalism 101, man, and it's evil. That's what football is evil. Why do you think they're doing this? It's to numb the masses. It's to trick people. I'm just fucking around.
With me, let's go with the classic underdog story. So there's the evil king, and he's taken over, and he has his robots that have taken over all of the jousting. And you, as a human, want to take back what was created by humans and take over the kingdom because the person who wins, or in this case, the king's robot who wins, he stays in power. But if someone else overthrows the robots, he gets in power. He can control the tournament. He can control the land, all that kind of good stuff. So we'll do it the classic underdog kind of way where you're beating the robots, kind of Terminator-ish. But
Zach, who you thought won?
What the?
Huh?
No, I'm curious. What are the last points?
Yeah. Okay, Ryan. Last points. Come on, man.
Yeah. So part of the fun of jousting is going back into a medieval setting. We have jousting now, and they still haven't updated it. They still keep the aesthetic. So even though jousting would be an interesting video game, taking it away and like making it futuristic jousting, I think kind of takes away from the fun that is jousting. You need to keep that aesthetic of a horse, of a person, and of those things. And I think that's why you couldn't make it futuristic. And I think there's a reason jousting has never became a video game that has been popular, because it would just be a simple straight line, and you got to angle your joust a certain way. So it's almost like pool. It's video game pool. But the other person trying to hit you. So that's why I don't know if the futuristic jousting would work.
Okay. RJ, you can reply or defend your argument. Go ahead.
I would just say that, yeah, that's cool, but that's why people go to medieval times. They don't go just because they can have a chicken and potato dinner. They go for the environment. They go for the show. They go for the jousting. They go for the brutality, if you will. Where football, like I get what you're saying with the robots, you can do 2 or 3 times a day, but at the end of the day, it's still football. Like there's multiple games. It's always going to be the same thing. Like you can change the rules a little bit because it's robots, but it's always going to be the same thing. Same goal at the end of the game, like get the most points, get to the end of the field. Like it's always the same.
Okay. Sorry. All right. Zach, can I just fact check this? Am I right for saying this, that there is a successful jousting game? It's called Joust.
Atari has it, and there was an arcade game.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how long has it been since that came?
I was gonna say, like,
They-
well, here's the thing. He said successful.
They
Well,
fucking
define
made-
successful, like, you know, for an Atari game or
and
for a
it was,
sports
and they
game,
literally
or-
redid it on the One Up Arcade. It's on the One Up Arcade. One of the
And there's
games.
this football game that comes out every fucking year. There you go. Jesus Christ. If we're going to talk about success.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just also. He said there's a difference between joust the game and actual jousting.
He didn't
Bring
say joust.
jousting back.
Yeah, if he was talking about like jousting, he wasn't talking about the game Joust with the fucking ostriches.
Okay.
Also, Joust 2 is much better than Joust 1.
Yeah. All right, Zach, who you thought won?
I am much more intrigued by Ryan's, I'll be honest. And also I do not want to play a sports game on mobile like that with glass. That sounds awful.
All right.
Also, I like the idea of this giant socialist revolutionary.
And you're
plot
fighting,
line.
you have to keep the
Plot line.
football games happening to prevent it from happening.
Opiate of the masses kind of
Yeah.
weirdness. And I like it more than RJ's slightly xenophobic against robots thing, where it's like, you gotta take it back
I didn't even think.
humans. I'm like, that's a bit weird. So like
All right.
politically inverse there. It's kind of interesting.
All right, Pyretta.
I'm torn on this one. Because like personally, I love football. Like I almost wore my Chiefs t-shirt tonight. But then I wanted to do different eye makeup, so I wore this. Jousting. It's like chicken with pointy, sharp fucking sticks that can kill a motherfucker. That being said, multi-platform's kind of like a cheap answer to give. It kind of is, because like, why not make more money? Yeah. And of these, the 2D futuristic games, I could see them being much more mobile friendly, and where more people would want to play them on their tablets, on their phones, all that crap. It's hard because like Ryan in a way did mention, and he was the one who brought it up, that you know every year there's a new football game. So why would I want to play another one? So only because of that am I going to give it to RJ on this one. Because at least there hasn't been a jousting game in literally over, let's say 15 years, might be 2 decades. So at least it's something fresh for me to do and tinker around on my phone with. And that'd be kind of cool.
All right, Zero.
Okay, so we got one for Ryan, one for RJ. This is gonna be fun.
Oh God, no! I was looking up jousting games, and I'm very disgusted by one of the Steam games. That's all.
You found genital jousting.
I did.
Wait, did you say Fertile jousting?
No, genital jousting, and it's exactly what you
God.
think it is.
Oh God, please no.
Oh no.
Devolver,
I'm not making that game. I'm not making that game.
Devolver is genius.
Anyway, moving on from that, given the answers that I've heard from making your own futuristic 2D game, I hear Ryan's, and it's like thinking about it, it's like it's almost not like, yeah, sure, it's football, but it's also not football, because if you think about it like this, it gives you two conditions to effectively win. You either score more points or you literally destroy the other team. Like literally, they cannot function anymore. And then with RJ's futuristic jousting, which if I might point out, you did say you could play as RJ. I will say sorry. You did say you could play as both a human or a robot, and then
Yes.
For your driving force, you said that you're strictly playing as a human.
In the single player, yes.
Oh, and then just a personal nitpick of mine, that's definitely something to have it mentioned, but that's not really gonna detract anything. Oh God, both of these actually sound like really interesting pitches, but on the same token, it's like there's games that I want to play to win, and then there's games that I want to play to just have a good time and, excuse my language, fuck shit up in. And I think this is one of those times where I'm gonna have to go with games that I want to fuck shit up in. So Ryan gets my point.
Okay. This is a bad morning movement in sports. Look. There's some things that Brian said that really hurt me about football. I love football.
Question: was he inaccurate?
He said he loves it too. He played it.
I was going to say, was he inaccurate in any of his information?
Yeah, Mac. Everything I said has been proven by medical science.
Yeah.
Yes, you are correct. The NFL does not give a fuck about human beings. We understand.
A lot of the fans, honestly, in the short term, long term, I'm certain they do, but a lot of them in the short term, they just want to see motherfuckers smashing one another, hurt someone, and that's not cool. Granted, that's why I also love hockey.
Look. I do agree that robots are interesting, and I love to see robots fuck shit up. One thing I got against Ryan's is the fact that you did not put any damn skin in that damn game. I want to see emotions. I want to see dancing. I want to see somebody.
I didn't get to answer that question. Of course, there would be touchdown dances.
I want touchdown dancing, and I want.
See, that's the thing. You're adding stuff to his game.
Look. I need somebody to act like Bray Lewis. Come on, shut up.
But wouldn't they only know how to do the robot?
And that's why Max should pick me for the robot.
Shit. So shut up. I'm not done yet. RJ, well, yours is fun. It is something, and then you are right. There's a lot of jousting games, which is good. And I do agree with what Pyretta said, that we do need. That is something that I haven't played before. Look, I'm tired of that. Look.
There's a game.
Look.
Google it.
Look. I do agree with that, but when you said something about not making it real and putting the robots in there and letting it be humans or robots, and I did give you a chance to make it you sound even more interesting, is there gore? And he's like, nah, there's not a lot of gore. Like, you're trying to make this for everybody, because Jousting, no offense. Back
I
in the
never
day.
said there wasn't a lot of gore. I said
No,
it's not
Ryan, not you,
humans.
Ryan, not you, Ryan. I'm talking about.
He's the only one who split his questions.
Yeah. I'm talking about RJ. He did not explain. He didn't put gore into it, which, in all honesty, jousting is pretty violent, and you didn't make it more realistic. And also, Ryan did say something that really, really damaged your argument. Jousting is really something that you want. It's more of the experience of going to it and being there. And if you're not there, then it's not fun. And why would I want to play it? So with those two things in mind, as much as the generic thing of football is, I mean, robots, yeah, I'm going to give it a Ryan.
Sick.
Everybody got quiet.
That's because now we all have the thought of genital jousting on our minds.
Oh God.
No.
I don't need to be reminded of Markiplier. Thank you.
No, I was forgetting that, Ryan. Fuck you.
I'm sending that link to everybody.
I already did.
If I have to,
Done.
if it's in my brain, everybody has to suffer.
No, I've already been doing that. Pyretta, I already sent you a link.
I'm gonna look at that later. I know I shouldn't, and it's gonna be like it's the train wreck thing. I told you I'd love to watch a train wreck, like not literal.
It's actually apparently good gameplay.
It's got a lot of good stars. I was confused. I was like, what?
It's disgusting, but they actually worked. They worked hard. They didn't skimp on it.
93% of the user reviews are positive. That doesn't make any sense.
All right, well now, guys.
Where's that game based out of?
It's a Free Lives developer, so it's a Steam developer, probably.
All right, guys.
It's one of Devolver Digital's developers that they have in house.
All right, we'll talk about
they
this.
Make nuts.
All right, we'll talk about genital whatever it is afterwards.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. We got to get through this because we're trying to keep this short.
Yep.
So now with that said, people, we are going to a dreaded PvP round.
Well, no. Why would we do that? It's 1.
No, it's 2-2.
Yeah, it's 2-2.
Is it 2-2?
Yes,
Yeah.
Zach.
Did RJ win the third round?
No. Yes, but Ryan won the second round.
RJ won first round. Ryan won second round. Ryan conceded third round. Therefore,
He
RJ
conceded.
the point.
That's why.
Yeah, you really want to end this super early. We're not ending it this early.
I didn't say I wanted to end it.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, with that said, we're going to PvP because we got a tie. All right, we got to get a coin, and Zach, you're the only one that carries a coin.
I don't carry it, but I have one.
Okay.
All right. Call it in the air. Heads or tails?
Heads. Tails then.
It is tails.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
All right, Ryan, you either get to pick somebody from the panel. That's me, Pyretta, or Zero, or Zach, or you can go first or last.
I will rebut, so I will go last.
Okay, cool. RJ, who do you want to pick from the panel?
I'm gonna go with Zach again.
Okay. Zach, what question that you're going to get off your wall?
I mean, I'm not going to get it off my wall. I can get it off my desk as well.
Okay. Well, off your desk. In your house.
I'm thinking. Sorry, I look. I've been thinking about genital jousting all day.
Oh, damn it.
So give me a sec.
We'll save it for the damn podcast.
Now, are we supposed to do it where we name the character, or like is
Zach, you know how Zach is. Zach is trying to find let him work. He's trying to find his item, and he's gonna do what he usually does.
All right, it's been a while, so I'm trying to remember how to do it right.
Zach knows.
All right, name a type of delivery.
DoorDash. Right? Is that what you're asking for?
Oh God, I see where this is going. Oh my God.
Are you asking for a delivery service?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, DoorDash. There's 5 options.
RJ?
FedEx.
Okay.
how would your specific company make an RPG?
Hey, yes! Okay, I can work with this. I can work with this.
An
Here we go.
RPG ad game based off of it.
Wait, so
The experiences of being that delivery driver.
okay, I can work with this. I can work with this shit.
RJ, I'm sorry if that was not the question you wanted.
I chose you, so
Yeah.
You could have picked me.
I was looking at the dominoes I have over there.
You could have picked me, but you had to pick him.
if I ever get the chance again, maybe.
No.
Okay. Yes, you will.
You could have picked any four of us.
Yeah. You could have picked me. But anyway,
So,
RJ, you get the start.
I'm explaining a game about FedEx, correct?
That's RPG.
Yep.
And how they make it, right?
Yep.
How they make FedEx the
How
FedEx
would
RPG?
How would FedEx make a RPG?
How would FedEx make an RPG?
Basically think of it like, do you remember how like Chex Quest is an ad in a game? This is an ad for FedEx that's an RPG.
An ad in another game for FedEx that's an RPG. Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, ringing the bell.
So the ultimate goal in any job is to become the supervisor, right? You don't want to be out delivering packages in the snow or in the rain, because we both know that those are dangerous situations. Those are shitty situations. So starting out as the lowest paid delivery driver that they have, you basically don't give a shit. And every time you make a delivery, as with some packages that I've had delivered to me, these packages are busted up. Some of the things inside are broken. They're dented. So that's how you start. But as you get to do more deliveries, you find out that becoming the supervisor, you don't have to do that anymore. And you can control all the people that are going out and making the deliveries. And if there's somebody on that squad that you don't like, you can send them out to do the shitty routes, to do the country routes, to do the routes that are the longest or even the shortest because they don't want to get hours. You're basically trying to become the worst delivery driver to the best supervisor.
All right. Ryan?
Okay, so let's first talk about the development because Zach did include that. DoorDash employs thousands of people. I'm going to assume there are some video game developers right now who are delivering food because they are currently out of work due to the virus, unfortunately. So we've got our developer team who knows what they're doing. Now we're going to create this experience of DoorDash where you create your character and you are just trying to make it through the day, dealing with weird deliveries. What are you going to do? What is going on with this house? And like, it's investigative, like with the RPG elements, like, so you can add improvements to your car to speed up your delivery, or you can add improvements to yourself to protect yourself from the crazies, like a hidden boss where you deliver Chipotle to a guy and he comes out of the house and he attacks you. And there comes the RPG element as you're fighting off the 400-pound man who wants Chipotle. It's just, there's a lot of fun and potential to it. You're not just bossing people around the game. You're making deliveries and you're trying to survive. It's like New Vegas in a way. You're the courier, you're making deliveries, and you're just having fun doing it. Thanks to the company that is DoorDash, I can get the developers and I can have a variety of food. And it can be a variety of locations. COVID-19 DoorDash survival the game.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, fuck. All right. RJ, rebuttal.
What's up?
He dropped something, so.
Rebuttal. Honestly, as it stands, I do Uber Eats on the side, and it's kind of boring because if I'm sitting there for 3 hours, I might not get a delivery and I'm just sitting there in my car. Like if that's included in your RPG game, then it's going to be a very boring game just sitting there all the time. You're going to have to want to get deliveries. You're going to have to work to get those deliveries because you always start out with the shortest amount of deliveries. And most of the people that I've dealt with are very nice. They leave very good reviews and they tip very well. So I'm living a great life, and it's not really, I'm not fighting people and I'm not really doing anything. I'm just sitting in a car the whole time.
Ryan?
So yes, if I wanted to make a realistic DoorDash RPG, it would be a boring driving simulator that would not be interesting. And I'm glad to hear that people are tipping you, because I've heard horror stories that people aren't tipping right now, which blows my mind. Tip your fucking delivery drivers, people. But back to my game. It's a video game, so I want to add, and it's an RPG, so let's add some fantastical elements to it. Let's make it more than real life. I don't want a real world simulator when I'm making an RPG. I want to have some fun with it. So yes, obviously in a real scenario, I'm not going to equip a shield to my car to protect myself when somebody tries to steal my package. But it's a video game. We're having fun with it. We're creating a world that you can experience that you don't get to experience. That's why I want to go that route.
All right. Zero, who you thought won?
Okay. So I'm going between DoorDash, the RPG, and FedEx, the RPG. Well, first off, no, the point I want to make, you say at the end of the show, but either way, let's see here. Given everything that I've heard for each of these game pitches, one of them seems like it's an experience that definitely doesn't have a set ending, and those kinds of games are not too bad. They're fun in their own right. I mean, open world games exist for a reason. And then I have one that you have a clear set goal in mind. And on the same token, I'm not exactly hearing from either of them the methodologies for accomplishing whatever you're setting out to do outside of making the delivery.
I mean, that's a valid point. I will say that Ryan did bring up that it was similar to New Vegas, so at least that's a better idea.
True. That though, to be fair, out of all the only modern Fallout game I played was Fallout 3.
I feel bad for you, Ben. Just Vegas.
I feel bad for my cousin. He's the one that owns it.
No, it's a good game. I'm just saying that New Vegas is its own beast.
So
I can agree with that.
Way more fun. Stupid.
Going based on at least.
Zero, they're having trouble hearing you.
Oh, apologies.
Mm-hmm.
Going based on at least the methodologies given, and at least a clear the way I look at them is, Ryan, you already gave your notion that it's similar to Fallout New Vegas, which I've at least seen enough gameplay of to be like, okay, yeah, I could see that working. Post-apocalyptic food delivery. And the way I see RJ, the way I see yours is it's almost like Postal, but only with the goal of, instead of going completely batshit, you're just trying to become the boss. To be honest, I have no clear-cut answer on this one on who won.
That's fair.
Because it's just, both of them sound good, but at the same time, the pitches are vague enough that without giving other references to games, that it's hard to determine on which sounds more appealing.
Paretta, who you thought won?
It is hard to decide. So I might be using some of their descriptions to kind of maybe slightly put words in their mouth, not intentionally, but it's just how I inferred the information I was provided. RJ's game seems kind of like Paperboy meets Sims. Both those games are kind of mundane. Now I know there's people that hate on me because Paperboy 2, don't care. It was terrible. They both suck. Okay, I played them. They suck. Like the worst thing to rent at the video game store. Whereas at least Ryan's, when he was talking about the like 400-pound guy like gonna like basically tackle you to get some Chipotle down. Okay, that sounds a little bit like you might be. He said, not all of them would be, but some of your people at the door you're delivering to might be kind of crazy. It reminds me a little bit of the mobile game Granny. And that at least gives it a little bit better excitement or gameplay. As far as, because then Ryan didn't even like pick apart on RJ. He just kind of supported his case.
I did say I don't want to play Become the Boss, the video game. That was my attack.
Yeah, you did say that, and I do agree that that's where it puts it more under like kind of feeling like Sims and Paperboy. So yeah, I could damn near roll a die on this one, but I'm leaning just a slight. Now going based on the information given to me, which one would I play? I'm probably more likely to play the COVID-19 doomsday version of DoorDash than I would be for the FedEx one. So I will give that slight edge to Ryan on this round.
All right.
I'm so sorry, guys. It's so hard. Like,
yeah, we understand.
It's because Zach picks evil questions.
Zach does pick evil questions, and I've learned to adapt to this man because he gets out there with it.
Yeah, he does. I guess I'll go next, and I'll let Zach go last. Look, I do agree that power to get out my head because I just wrote this shit down. He did not. Ryan. It's true. Ryan did not go after it, and this, if Ryan did went after it, it would have been a slam dunk for Ryan. So it went down to, and this is what happens whenever nobody argues against each other, and whenever somebody takes out their argument and they cancel each other out, I go with what game do I really want to play. Now, RJ, I do like yours. Yours sounds more like, to me, I probably had to hit the nail on the head. It sounds like Paperboy. It sounds like Paperboy, and it sounds like a Paperboy version of you trying to get better. Where Ryan seems like what somebody said in the chat, which was something interesting. Seems like a Simpsons type of game, which is something interesting. Simpsons Sit and Run type of game, or a taxi driver. Except it sounds like Crazy Taxi, except you have you're delivering food and not people, which is something interesting. So RJ sounds interesting. I played Paperboy, and I hate the obstacles in Paperboy. Fuck that game. Yeah, with this I'm going with Ryan also. So Ryan, you get my vote.
I want to hear from Zach so bad. So Zach,
I have a feeling he's going to pick RJ. So I just had to say.
Oh, I'm not. No.
I heard Postal. You said Postal.
Yeah, I know. I love Postal. Like I do. I feel like Ryan's simply has more potential, especially when he was like delivering Chipotle or other brands like under the DoorDash name. And I feel like that has more potential to it than just FedEx packages. While you can have crazy things in FedEx packages, I think having brands associated and tied to it could mix for some really interesting, mixtures.
And he did bring up the commercialness of it. Zach did bring that up, so that's why.
Like Mac brought up Crazy Taxi, like one of the most infamous games for ads.
Right.
It has so many ads in it, but it's like that's part of it. The charm to it is
That's like playing a Death Stranding, just it's a giant ad. But that Josie and the Pussycats whole movie was based on that. So it is a good point, and it makes it more marketable as an advertisement for an RPG. Yeah.
I also think it would work better just as an ad, just because RJ sounds a little too realistic for people to just jump into and kind of accept the goofiness. It's too serious. You are a delivery driver, so you look at it from a more serious point of view and not from the customer's point of view of marketing. So I can understand where you came from. But I prefer Ryan's because I feel like it's way more marketable to like cynical millennials, like, yeah, let's just screw it. Let's deliver in the apocalypse. That sounds way closer to where the zeitgeist is and way easier to market.
Right. All right. So, with that said, wow.
Shit.
Damn it. Well, with that said, I guess Ryan wins the fight.
Congratulations.
Ryan
wins.
Well, here's the messed up thing. My last match, I technically lost, even though I think I was going to win, and then they deferred to the people who like The Sims more. I don't remember. It's been a minute.
Yeah, no, I know. We know.
We both know that, and that was a fucked up episode. And
so for the guy that conceded one of the rounds to come back and win, that's pretty good accomplishment, man. Like,
yeah. I was.
But look like you're going to the finals. You are going.
Do I know who I'm facing yet, or is this the first semifinal?
Oh no! You already know. You're going to the finals. Period.
I know, but who am I going to face in the semi or finals? Do we not know yet?
Oh, we know. You're facing. He is in the chat. He should be. He's probably in the chat right now. You will be facing Frisbee Friday, who is going to be. This is going to be his first time in the championship round. This is the championship round. It'll be Frisbee Friday. You and Eric the champion.
Eric the champion.
I guess
he's got to be going nuts.
Well, with you and Frisbee, I guess we're representing the Midwest this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
Yay.
And you really want to bring that championship back to Ohio. I know that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well,
Sure. We'll see how it goes.
We'll see. So Eric, who literally has now had his 2-year stint. He's made
nobody's taken down Eric yet. Damn.
Nobody's taking it. He literally retained his title, and now we have Ryan, who's come. Well, this will be his what? This is your third time.
Yeah, this is my third title match. So
your third title match. You had you won. You beat. We know you beat TJ. And
I beat Zach.
You beat Zach.
And Eric beat me, and then I'm coming back. Yeah,
you're coming back.
So. I beat TJ.
Yeah, you did. You feel good about yourself, don't you?
I do. Because I got TJ to shut up, which is an accomplishment. Tell me it's not.
It's an accomplishment.
I got him completely dumbfounded.
It is an accomplishment. All right. So with that said, people, let's go ahead and get with plugs. We're gonna go
with me and Eric in this title. I do ask one Pokemon question because we both care about Pokemon so much. I asked for just one Pokemon question.
We did not. We already got the questions. Me and Andy already made the questions already. No Pokemon. We tried to make this as equal as we are trying. I'm gonna be honest.
So there's gonna be games I haven't played again. Cool.
No.
Cool.
We have made this. Me and Angie literally came together and we literally made this. All right. Last time we made it easy. Gave Eric an easy pass with the first questions. This time we made it as hard as possible for Eric to literally retain his championship title. So this is going to be a challenge not only for him but others. So it's going to be a challenge for Eric. There's no more advantages. So Eric is actually going to have to fight his title for this one. But all right, so let's go ahead and get to the plugs. Ryan, what you got plugged?
Not a whole lot. Obviously, me, Mac, and Angie do a show called Binge Watch. I really hope that the show that I picked is enjoyed by everybody because it's one of my favorite shows that we're going to be doing, that we're going to be filming soon. I won't say it until it comes out.
Also, and also we'll have Pyretta on that episode.
That'll be good.
I have seen every single episode. I fucking love your pick. I have an ESO character based off of one of the characters. Like,
it's a good show. It's a great show. But besides
that, Mac also has a shirt somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So.
Damn it, Zach, don't give them any more.
They don't know.
Yeah. But besides that, the Duncan Zed show, where me and Tom discuss a sci-fi movie and a non-sci-fi movie. Our most recent episode, it was Terminate the Parasite, where we discussed Terminator Salvation and the the most recent Best Winter Picture, Parasite. One movie I enjoy far more than the other. You'll have to go find out. No, that's it. No.
All right.
I was also on an episode of that for Kubrick stuff, and it made me very angry.
All right. Well, RJ.
We'll start with TikTok at Traveling Gamer, and then Twitter is Traveling Gamer 0, and Instagram is Traveling_Gamer. That's all I got.
All right, cool. And definitely you want to come back for season 7?
Oh, absolutely. This is so much fun. I love you guys.
All right, cool. We'd love to have you back. Love to have
Appreciate
you.
It.
Glad to have you back on season 7. So with that said, let's go ahead and go to the case. Let's go ahead and start with Zero. Zero, what you got plugged in?
You can find me hanging out with these lovely idiots at GF1 Studios and on our GF1 Discord. Link will be down in the description somewhere. Or you can usually find it by finding Mac's Twitter. You can also feel free to hang out, chat with me by finding me at twitter.com/Crimson Shooter.
Sorry,
I'm gonna. Can you switch to my screen because I'm actually gonna put up the thing that Pyretta gave me to put up. So.
Sorry.
Yeah, Angie was kind enough to help me out here because of my fast speaking and my dyslexia spoonerisms. The only thing that's not on there is my Twitch, which is just Pyretta Sapphire with 1 P for Sapphire because I spelled it wrong because I'm dyslexic. But everything else was up on the screen, so you can find me on my Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram, and subscribe to my blog.
All right, cool. And she's also is, like I said, once again, guys, she is a co-host on GF15 and GF1. So we're gonna have fun. Next episode is GF1, probably gonna be special. So make sure you go vote for our
yes.
Go vote for our little social experiment. We're hoping to make this a
regular idea. Yeah.
We hope to make a regular idea. I think it's a very good idea that we're working on.
We still haven't determined the name, but
we're still working on the name.
Yeah, I gave you a couple options. So
I mean, I'm between 2, and both those 2 are good. All right, Zach, what you got to plug in?
I'm hoping this week I get back to streaming and do finally get around to doing the Strider remake.
Okay.
I need to buy more beer before I continue Bumbo. So.
DoorDash it.
Hey.
Can you DoorDash it?
Or no, wait, would FedEx deliver that?
FedEx, no, but you can actually DoorDash beer.
Okay.
You can?
Yeah, here you can.
If you can't, why not Instacart?
Also, yeah, I was gonna also for me, I just walk down to the gas station at microbrews. It's not a big deal here.
You mentioned Instacart. I wouldn't bother with that, but I will explain why after all the plugs and stuff.
Gotcha. I'm Matt Poole, aka Game Fixers. I hope you like the show. Hopefully you
tweet about him about football a lot so he can not feel depressed constantly.
No, I'm not gonna be depressed because I was about to plug this. Thanks for tipping me this, you fuck. Guys, Thursday, if you like the NFL draft, we're about to do something very, very interesting. Thursday on GF1 Sports. I'm hoping to get Pyretta on that episode, but Thursday on GF1 Sports, we are actually going to do the second annual NFL mock draft. So if you love us, but this year we're not mocking the whole draft. I think that's what me and Brian's mistake, because when we do that takes all day, and it's mind numbing. And I really, sometimes when you mock for a team that you don't give a fuck about, no offense, I'm gonna be honest, I don't give a fuck about your team. But if I don't give a fuck about your team, I don't give a fuck about your team. So we're going on our own teams only. So if you want to come join us, come join us. Brian, if you want to come talk about the fucking Cincinnati Bengals, you can come on the episode.
Go fuck yourself. I think I'm wasting my time talking about them Bengals. Fuck off.
Okay, are the Bengals and the Browns just like with like the New York Mets and Yankees kind of thing?
Oh shit!
No, because that would mean one of us has a ton of titles. No, the Browns and Bengals are just miserable because for the Browns, it's because they left Cleveland, and that's the curse. They abandoned their city. Now they're cursed.
To be fair, they abandoned Cleveland.
Yeah, but you leave your city, and then the franchise that left has won multiple Super Bowls. It's a curse. For Cincinnati, we just have a terrible owner who needs to die. Simple as that.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, Mike
He's like
Brown.
watching the news articles on his phone, checking, did he get COVID yet? Damn.
Oh Christ, no, that's too dark. No, Mike Brown is up there. He'll pass naturally. I don't need that. If there's a person on this earth I do not like,
COVID is supernatural. You know,
okay.
We need to start putting it in health stores everywhere. It's 100% natural.
Okay. So we're
He's 84.
Okay, guys, we gotta get going because this is getting really, really dark with the COVID shit. Okay. So if you want to go on there, go watch it, go talk about the draft. If you want to come on the episode and talk with us, come in the chat and give us your draft picks. But we're gonna be there Thursday. Hopefully, I can get Power ready on that episode. So we'll talk about that. Also, this Saturday, we are doing GF15, so get ready for that episode. And also the following Saturday, we're all going to come together as GF1, and we're going to do our 3,000 subscriber spectacular of Cards Against Humanity. So
we are.
We are. So that'll be fun.
We're going to do Cards Against Humanity. So if you want to come join us, come Thursday at 8 o'clock. We're doing a live screening of Cards Against Humanity. Come on, come all, and come celebrate with us. And also, if you want to drink during the stream, you can do it, but don't get drunk. But we're gonna be drinking and probably toasting because 3,000 is a big milestone. So we want to make sure.
I was gonna say, I think my last beer was actually from Cleveland, Ohio City Oatmeal Stout.
I was like, fuck you. And also the next time, so guys, the championship round, I just want to make sure y'all know this. The championship round will not be until May 11th. So you're probably wondering, what are we going to be doing on Gamer Grudge until then? Well, we're not going to be doing anything championship related. We're going to be doing outskirts stuff. So this month, we're on April 20th, which will be April 20th, which will not be next Monday, but the following Monday, me and Zach will finally be going at it for another revenge match. This will be live because we know you like us arguing.
I wouldn't say that that's a revenge match because we don't. Castlevania isn't something we have super attachments to.
True. So me and Zach, who we don't have super attachments to, we will be arguing Castlevania. So we will be arguing Castlevania, and then the following week, me and Eric will be going at it for Mac v. Eric Part 3, where Eric has never beaten me. Never beaten me. You hear that, Eric? You've never beaten me.
Well, I mean, he's beaten you in life. That's enough.
Fuck you, Zach.
But yeah, no, that's I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's all we got to plug. All right, guys. Hopefully, Downgrade will be coming out soon. 2 episodes supposed to be coming out today, but I don't know what happened. But Downgrade will be coming out soon, so get ready for that. The first episode will be on Mega Man, so Mega Man X to be exact. So get ready for that. But until then, people, I want to thank y'all for watching. Sorry if the stream was messing up. We'll get that fixed along the way. But until next time, we'll see you on another episode of Gamer Grudge, which will be the 20th. See you on the 20th. Bye.
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 Are we good, Mick?
Not yet.
No. No, we are.
No, we're not.
Oh, really? On my screen
No.
it is.
You still hear us. All right. Oh, crap. Why do you still hear us? Shit.
Unplug it all. Quick.